Look at the difference just in the color, this to this.
Oh yeah,
it like, could be a different panel,
no,
honestly, but it could be the coating too.
It is way darker, like just way different. Wow. Hey everybody, it's Ben in Beta, and I'm back with another video here on Misty's Mazda CX-5, and I'm here with Nick.
I want to show you, I'm from DIY Detail, hello everybody, how to polish black paint. We washed this thing outside, that's a separate video, don't watch it now, just know that there's a wash and a decon and a water spot remover step that came before this, but we're gonna ceramic coat it. It also happens to be black. We want to talk about how to polish black paint.
And there are definitely some scratches, some swirl marks. It's been used, it's a used car. It was used to us, but it's really important to note, especially as a beginner, as a DIYer, I am not trying to get no scratches, perfect paint. That's not what I want. I just want it to look nice, and I want it to be able to be maintained for my wife. So it's easy for her when she does her rinseless washes with it, that it's just gonna be nice and easy. So putting the ceramic coating on there, I want it to look good, but I'm not trying to remove every single scratch in the paint, Nick, because we would be here for weeks.
Well, it's funny because we talk about removing scratches. Yep. No one actually ever removes scratches.
Right.
All we're doing is we polish with this machine
removing
and
paint,
the
right?
pad and the polish is removing paint.
Yep.
And you're leveling finite clear coat. They're putting less and less clear coat on these cars, right? You have the base coat, which is the color, and then you have the clear coat, and it's just not very thick. And so we want to preserve the life of it. It's used, it had many years, many miles, many days roasting in the sun. Who knows, right? So all we can do is be stewards of the paint now. We could also try to be a hero and become a zero very quickly by doing too aggressive of polishing, burning through clear coat potentially, or just degrading what's left. We want to preserve as much as we can, and so we did a couple of test spots before.
Yep, and Nick helped me with this. So as the DIYer, I would normally have just grabbed the gold standard pad, used the gold standard polish, and just gone with that, because that's what I've done before, that's what I'm comfortable with. I feel like I'm not gonna make any mistakes with that. But Nick said, well, maybe we could do a one-step wool polish. And I was like, I don't know, sounds good, but I've never used a wool pad. Do you want to show me how to do it? And I was lucky because Nick was here to show it. And what we discovered was we did a little gold standard up there in the front, and then we did a little bit of the wool pad in the back. And what did we find, Nick?
Well, we have the B-roll to show the gold standard polish with the yellow pad. And I was trying to convince Ben, this is all we need. And you were like, I still see a lot in the paint. And I'm like, all right, I just don't want to be too aggressive. So we put the wool pad on closer to the windshield here, and we just did the 3 passes, overlapping sections, right? We want to use no pressure, keeping the pad flat, polishing on no higher than speed 3. We don't want pressure, we don't want a lot of damage on this paint, so we want to avoid heat at all costs, and that's what we did. So without any pressure, but with a more aggressive pad, we removed more defects here, and we got a substantial gloss. Like, you noticed it, didn't you, Ben?
Yeah, it was a massive difference between the two. Again, if you look closely, their scratches are still there, but they're substantially reduced. We didn't do any damage to the paint either. It is so much more gloss. It looks great. So we decided we're gonna go ahead and just do the one-step wool pad on the entire vehicle.
The way you know when to stop is when you're happy.
Yep.
And comparison is sometimes a thief of joy, but in this case, it actually gave us a better method. Now we can one-step it. I told you, I'm like, I really don't want to two-step this. It's already getting late in the day. Like, I want us to get this done. This will do the best for you, and you don't need to even refine this. If you're happy with this shine, we don't need to use a second step to refine the wool pad, which sometimes does add a lot more gloss. If you're stoked, if you're happy, I say we send it.
Yeah, and if this vehicle is gonna sit outside for the rest of its life every single day anyway, so realistically, trying to overdo the job is not gonna be worth it in the long run. But the coating we're gonna put on here is just gonna help maintain the paint, protect it from the sun, all that kind of stuff, and it'll still look good because we've done a nice job underneath it. Yep.
So always start with that foam pad, because if you're stoked with the results, that's gonna be the least aggressive method. You always wanna do that, whether it's rinseless wash on a towel on your interior before taking something more caustic, or a foam before wool. Always least aggressive first. Yep. A little bit of effort on the front end will pay off throughout the entire vehicle.
And it was totally worth doing that. So Nick's gonna show you how this works, but before this, we already prepped the pad, we have polish on it, and we used the pad cleaner to make sure things were good to go. So let's take a look at that first. Don't forget that these videos take a lot of time and effort to make, so please hit that like button on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Don't forget to subscribe to Nick's channels, which would be DIY Detail. He also has Nick at Night, and the last
one on the House of Rags podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday nights, we do a live premiere. And also Hawk Pro Detailing, but that was my original detailing channel. But I have a lot of videos on how to do mobile detailing, and that was a really fun time in my life.
And you never know, there could be some more interior videos on that channel coming at some point.
That can make a comeback on Hawk Pro.
How do you know when you need to clean the pad or when it needs to be basically cleaned again, ready to go?
So with our gold standard waffle pad, that thing you can do like half a hood, especially if you're just doing a quick, easy polish. With the wool pad, because it's collecting clear coat, you're more aggressively leveling paint, more spent clear coat's going into the wool pad. So as you're watching your little half moon residue from the gold standard polish, if it starts to get clumpy versus really even, that's an indication that even if you think you're only on pass 2 of 3, right? You want to do the overlapping passes 50% and then maybe crosshatch and then do them again. Maybe you're on only the second one, you're getting clump and you're like, well, Nick and I haven't said you want to do 3 passes. If it's clumping up on you, it's a sign. It's just like when you have pain, it's your body telling you something, hey, alarm, address something, we're trying to protect you. The clump is there for you. So look at it and be like, oh, it's trying to help me out. It's time to clean my pad. It's not quite the way Ivan would explain it, but essentially that's what to look for on the paint.
Gotcha.
Just clean your pad, and then we have that lightly damp pad, and it's already primed with the gold standard polish spray.
Perfect.
So speed 3, we'll go ahead and clean it. Free spin at speed 6 while it's still going. Boom, one firm trigger pull of the gold standard polish. And then you can see it's there on the pad, and we have a lightly damp pad, which is what I wanted.
So I think one other thing is we are using the DA.
Yes, sir.
And I do have a rotary, but any reason why we would use one over the other right now?
The paint was so ridden with scratches. The way that we teach polishing, cut with a dual action polisher. We have a 25 millimeter stroke dual action polisher here. It's very robust. It can be very aggressive. I love defect removal with the wool pad on the DA. We actually teach one way to use the rotary. That's on speed 1, flat pad with our most gentle pad. It's our jeweling pad.
Yep.
And it's a different way than you might expect. Some people like to cut with the rotary, that's fine. That's not the method that we're teaching here.
Sure.
Cut with a DA, you can even finish with the DA, but if you're looking for that ultimate gloss, we love finishing with the rotary on speed 1 with the jeweling pad.
Perfect.
I like to polish on speed 3. You could polish on speed 2 if you wanted. That's actually a really fun thing, is to polish on speed 2, because you think you're not aggressive enough, but it's actually like the sweet spot for this polisher. So anywhere between 2 or 3 is great.
2 or 3. All right, let's do it.
And then we want to focus on crosshatch patterns, 50-50 overlap, and we already did the test spot. So this is how it's done. Is that 3?
I think so.
It's good to pay attention. Sometimes I get lost in thoughts. There's a reason why we didn't get a lot of clumping on this side, Ben. Do you see how even this pattern is, even with the wool when it usually clumps up? We already removed a lot of that nasty oxidation on the paint with the first pass, even with the yellow waffle. So this had less clear coat to remove in terms of oxidation. And we're not doing a super aggressive clear coat removal here anyway. So that's why it really didn't clump up. Does that make sense though? You see how even these patterns are? Remember how clumpy they were with the wool?
Super easy.
We didn't get a lot of that, and I was kind of waiting for it and I didn't see it. But it can kind of look a little clumpy on the edges here. That might be actually some of the etchings in the paint from things that happened before. And all we do is we take a towel, we dunk it in our rinseless wash bucket, and then we wring it out. I mean, it's not even dripping anymore. And we're just using the cleaning power of the rinseless. It cuts through the polishing oils super well. You don't need to put it back in the rinseless at all.
Okay.
If you get the right towel, and like, I don't love that there was a tag on here. You gave me that towel.
It's one of my older ones.
And I felt I kind of heard it on the paint. I was like, ooh, I don't love that. So you could have used actually this kind of towel for both the wipe off, although it's a little thick, but a little for the wipe off and this second pass. We're doing this as a test spot. I actually like to work gold standard polish, leave it on the paint, and do the wipe off at the end. but this is just for the test spot. I just want people to see that like, there's still scratches, but the gloss is wild. So again, it's one thing to see it under a garage light, it's another thing to see it in the real world in the sunlight, and just to manage your expectations around, if you see some scratches but the paint is shiny, like that is a great sign.
Yep.
Because I've gone all the way down the rabbit hole, I've pulled all-nighters trying to wet sand out every little thing in here for perfect paint. I can tell you I wasn't profitable, I wasn't seeing my family. You can go down that rabbit hole, but the question is for what? If you're happy with it, that's all that matters. We don't have to overthink it too much. This is a system that is foolproof if you do it the way we teach.
And I'm not a professional, I just want it to look good. And this looks good, this looks great. In fact, I'm very happy with it.
Okay, I'm behind the camera now. I'm gonna watch Ben, and we're gonna critique his technique here.
First time with a wool pad on black paint.
And you don't need to put any pressure on the machine.
Nope, I didn't.
Even though you weren't, if it feels better, yeah, do it however you want. Does that help? Does that feel more balanced? It looks like the backing plate's actually spinning better now that you have two hands on it. So it seems like you have better control with two. The backing plate does not need to be spinning for the cutting to happen. So I wouldn't worry about that. But it always feels really balanced when the backing plate's spinning, the pad's flat on the paint. It just feels like that's the way the tool is designed, and it's actually a really enjoyable user experience for me. Is that speed 3?
Yep.
Now see if you can fiddle with how the pad is angled just to make it free spin, just to feel what that feels like. Yeah, there you go. So I don't know what you were doing before, but now it's spinning freely. You're still not, now you're putting a little bit of pressure on it and it didn't, but it might be tilt as well. But it just, when it's spinning freely, I just feel like you're really in tune with how the machine is meant to run.
Gotcha.
And it's gonna feel smoother for you as an end user. And it's okay if that pad stops free spinning and stalls a little bit, you're still getting cut. How did it feel on speed 2 versus 3?
I actually like 3 a little bit better.
I mean, I polished on 3, you saw me,
Yeah.
I did what I liked.
2 was good, but I felt like I had maybe just a smidge more control on 3. This looks good.
Okay, if I look right in this light, that has not been polished yet.
Right.
Let's like just zoom into that a little bit. Let's just see some of that haze. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, yeah, haze down here.
Yeah.
One thing you said earlier, I didn't know you could one-step a vehicle with a wool pad. You happy with that?
I'm super happy with that, and I'm excited to, get the whole vehicle done, and then we'll get on to the coating section. But thank you so much, Nick, for showing me how to do this, and I hope that you, as the viewer, also learned something. You can use the gold standard pad or whatever pad you want, but there are other ways to do things, and they don't have to be hard. It's still going to be one step for us. So we're not going to have to do 2, right?
I just want to share that you can polish plastics with the gold standard polish.
Yep.
You can polish the entire vehicle, leave on the residue, and do the final wipe at the end, which is what I like to do. I think it's the easiest way to split up a vehicle with 2 people, because I've done it with Ivan about 8,000 times, is we each just take half of it. We'll work our way down the vehicle.
Perfect.
So let's just talk about edge work. I'm gonna finish up this part of the hood. When we get to these edges, when we get to the edges of paint, we always think less clear coat. I'll go back down to speed, I don't know, let's go on speed 2.5. And I won't put any pressure down, and I can go over the edge just like this.
Okay.
So again, I'm not worried about if the pad's spinning, and now I'm doing no pressure one more time. And then I don't have any problem kind of doing this. Now, am I putting a ton of pressure down on the edge? No. Am I doing anything where I'm not moving the polisher? No. I'm just nice and easy, no pressure on the machine, and then I'm using the natural contours here, and then I'll come down like this. If you'd like, you can tilt the polisher a little bit, but you don't want to put any pressure on it. So find where you can kind of feel into the paint. Okay, I'm getting good pad rotation. I could tilt it a little bit, but I'm not digging into the paint. So you can just kind of play with it a little bit, or you could just work the natural lines like this. See how I'm just working the natural line? work in the natural line, but if I feel like I'm not getting even in there, I could tilt it a little bit, and I'm actually looking at my polish or residue. I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting the half moons.
Yep, I can still see it.
See, I'm getting the half moons by tilting it, but I could also do this. And this is a much easier way to do it. So you might work your way up into here and be like, I feel like I'm not getting in there. I don't see a lot of polish in there, right? So you might just want to do one of these where you just, no pressure, but just a slight amount of tilt. Again, you don't have to really ever tilt. You can just keep it flat up into that edge, not overthink it, and polish like that.
Yep.
Polish like that, and then work the flat edge there. You're still basically getting everything covered. So there's ways to do it, but again, I'm not freaking out around the edges. And what I am noticing here is I went a little sloppy by the end. You see how it's clumping up here? So it's time to clean that up. You don't need to stress if you just figure out your basic system.
You want the machine and pad to do the work for you, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just there to guide. Thanks, Nick. That is helpful to know how to do these.
Man, if you have any questions, please do comment them down below. The system is so easy to use. That's my favorite part about it. You're guaranteed to get great results.
All right, so we are now gonna just tackle this vehicle one half at a time, each with our own polisher, with our own pad, and get this done as quickly as possible. If anything comes up that's important, we'll stop and talk about it, but otherwise, you're gonna see this vehicle get polished way faster than it actually does. It's time to get all of this off. So we have a rinseless dampened towel, which we're gonna run over the top, and then a second towel over that. Then we're gonna panel prep and put on the coating.
Do like a couple panels at once if you're not in direct sunlight, and then let Mother Nature kind of dry it on the surface for you so you don't have much rinseless wash left to contend with.
It's looking really good though. I mean, this looks great.
Yeah, man. I also was greedy. I'm like, I want to see this paint. Then I was like, I'm gonna get to it so I can see some of our hard work here. So this is our second to last step. We will be doing panel prep, but this is our, final inspection. Make sure we get everything off the paint. So it's the rinseless wash dampened towel, then the dry towel, and just panel prep after that.
Nick, the paint isn't just looking great, it's looking fantastic. And the glass looks great. I mean, this looks like a new car, except for where it's been scratched, painted, whatever. But I mean, it's basically mirror finished at this point. And it's gonna get a little bit better when we put the ceramic coating on. But man, it looks so good.
I think, yeah, even if you left a little bit of that rinseless wash residue, we're gonna get it with the panel prep stage, but we're so close to like locking in the protection of the coating that I'm gonna if I see any streaks with the rinseless wash, I'm just gonna knock them down.
Once you've wiped it off with the rinseless dampened towels, all we really need to do now is apply panel prep.
So I like to get the towel really damp with panel prep. I never wanna spray on the paint because it might etch, right? You always wanna spray on the towel.
Yep.
But I wanna get this on the paint and then you wipe it before it dries.
Yep.
So you can just get right into wiping.
You're getting that rainbow right away.
Yeah, so just because you're trying to catch it before it lands back in the paint with this stage. It's right here. Yep. And this way, if any spots were missed, I just went right down the middle there. If any spots were missed with the rinseless dampened towel phase, this should get it all the way to the end of the hood there. And if it flashes a little quick, I can always just reapply and then you go, boom. So we could do it where you do that, or like we double fist it. So you get your towel, douse it with panel prep, and then in your left hand, it's kind of nice to have your left hand doing something too. You can just go boom, boom.
Nick, it's 9 o'clock at night. It's dark out.
It's 9:08 p.m. and we're just starting the coating, which sounds about right for a day of filming. We did a long video for Nick at night, and we had a nice dinner, so thanks to your wife. And so So we've had a long, fun-filled day where we detailed cars and we've really dialed this vehicle in. Now it's time for the ceramic coating. Awesome. And so we're using DIY Detail 5-year ceramic coating.
That is correct.
That's our glossiest coating. People love it.
Yep.
And then we have 2 towels from the House of Rex.
Level 1, the final level, and the DIY Detail application pads.
So the way that we recommend doing this is it's humidity cured. It's gonna be ready for level, might change a little bit.
Yep.
But what we wanna watch for is like a rainbow, an oil slick on water look.
Yep.
And when about half that goes away, then we do our level and then our insurance wipe. I do 10 to 12 drops to prime the pad.
Do you want to show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
And this can be done correctly or incorrectly, but you don't want to err on too much product. That's actually a big mistake people make. So this is our 5-year ceramic. We don't want to be dropping it from way up here, right? It's just easier to do 1, 2, or you can drop it, whatever, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Perfect.
So that's gonna be a lot of coating. And do you want to apply it? Do you want me to do it?
That doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, why don't I try kind of a section of it. So we'll do the middle of the hood. I like the hood. It's a nice place to start.
It's easy.
You know, we're putting way too much coating on there, and we know that. But I just want to see what I have to work with. Actually, I didn't feel like too much coating, honestly, Ben.
Yeah.
It felt like a good amount.
Yeah.
And not to mind the the squeaking sound.
Yep.
Oh, this is actually, I think I need a little bit more.
Okay.
It's wild that I feel like I need more because I probably don't. No, there's no way I do. I'm using like common sense. Well, I think it's ready to level really fast because it's so humid right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's flashing quick.
Are you seeing it? Like I feel like.
I mean, it's like, yes, it's like flashing pretty quick.
Incredibly quickly. So I'm just gonna level that.
And you're not like, yeah, and you would feel it if it would be sticky if it wasn't ready, right?
Yeah, it would be sticky if it wasn't ready. It's totally ready. So this is almost like,
it's like, I might as well go right behind you basically with a towel.
you might as well go right behind me. So this is my leveling towel. I just wanted to kind of like feel that out. You're always gonna get a flow going.
Yep.
On the paint. Did I get the whole panel?
You got a good chunk of it. I don't know if you got like right here or not. But
I think I was freaking out about the,
you need a little more?
I think let's give it a couple more drops.
1, 2, they're small drops, so maybe.
Yeah. All right,
there we go.
When did you get this bottle?
I just got it.
Okay. It's flashing so quickly.
I can come right behind you if you need me to.
Yeah. I'll go right behind me. The hood is shiny.
It is.
So all we have to commit to now is a process around the car. So Ben, there's a lot of ways we could do this, but I'm like, all right, we just did one horizontal surface. Why don't we just handle the entire roof first?
Yep.
And then just be done with this, and
Sounds
then we
good.
can hit side panels.
No jumping up and down ladders after
Yep, exactly. No pressure on the applicator pad, just trying to make sure I'm doing nice even circles. They are just evaporating so quickly on this paint, Ben.
Yeah, I've never seen it like that fast before. It's super fast.
So Ben, what'd you think?
I enjoyed myself. It was a long day. Many hours. But this is what you should expect as a beginner. It's going to take you many hours. I mean, where it came from to where it is now is crazy. This paint looks so good and it's so slick.
It's probably about a day. You know, you're gonna like wash, decon. The polishing's easy, really. It's just about covering each inch of real estate, right?
Yep. Thank you so much for doing this with me today, Nick. I appreciate you being on the channel. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Nick's channel, subscribe to DIY Detail. Share this out with anybody who's looking to coat their vehicle and maybe is a little afraid to do that, especially if you're a beginner. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, live your life in beta, and we'll see you next time.